What's going on, moviegoers? So if you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. And the verdict is in, you guys. Jonathan Majors is found guilty on assault and harassment and will be sentenced in February. But not only that, you guys, Marvel Studios has parted ways with Majors. He has been fired. He will no longer be playing Victor Timely, Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they look to go elsewhere. Now, will he possibly be recasted? I think so. I think that, with the huge build-up to Kang and everything like that, I don't think they have time to restructure this whole multiverse story. I honestly don't. But these reports are coming from Hollywood Reporter stating that Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is now being referred to as Avengers 5. So there could be a possibility that the way, with Loki season 2 and how it ended, Kang will be completely written out of the MCU without any kind of questions. I mean, and I'm okay with that because the only Avenger to actually go up against Kang has been Ant-Man and the Wasp and that whole family. That is it. Kang hasn't encountered anybody in the MCU's main timeline right now. So they could possibly go away with the Kang storyline and do something with Doctor Doom, right? That's everybody. Everybody wants to see Doctor Doom. But I can't emphasize this enough. You can't rush Doctor Doom in the MCU. He's a build-up like Thanos. He's not some throwaway villain you can do for Avengers 5. You can't. So what is going to happen? Will Avengers 5 be officially delayed, pushing back Secret Wars even further? It's a possibility. Or do you recast and continue the Kang storyline? I saw this fan art of Denzel Washington as an older version of Kang the Conqueror. And I was like, okay, I can't unsee it. I need it in my veins because it looks so good. This is crazy. I mean, coming off of a Monday, you guys, the start of the week, Marvel Studios officially firing Jonathan Majors from, his role as Kang the Conqueror. And it's really unfortunate, and I don't support domestic violence. I don't support any of that nasty shit. But, I feel like Jonathan Majors was definitely coming into his own career, that is, or even as, Victor Timely in Loki season 2, he was so good. He was one of the highlights of Loki season 2, and Loki season 2 had so many great highlights. So I'm like, damn, that's a huge missed opportunity for Jonathan Majors, but I hope that he's able to really get the help that he needs and, he can move on, in his life, because I do think that his career is over. But, it's really unfortunate to see the downfall because, like I said, his career was skyrocketing, just skyrocketing, and he had that bodybuilder movie that was supposed to come out, but Disney took off their release schedule. So that's completely gone. I'm pretty sure we will never see that again. And it's unfortunate for the filmmakers because they worked passionately on that project and now they just got to go away with it, and it ultimately sucks, you guys. But I really want to know you guys' thoughts. Like, where do we go with the Avengers: The Kang Dynasty or Avengers 5? Like, are we recasting? Or are we kind of going to build up towards a different villain? I mean, we are dealing with the multiverse. There are different iterations and, people of Kang. But, the conflicting part is that Jonathan Majors played Kang in all of these different versions. And we saw the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, right? We saw Jonathan Majors at the different variants of Kang, right? It wasn't like a Spider-Man thing where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, essentially 3 different actors playing Spider-Man, 3 different people. So that's where Marvel Studios kind of shot themselves in the foot because I feel like, they should have kind of reestablished this whole multiverse thing and variants of these characters, like how how Jonathan Majors played, Kang throughout the entirety of the MCU's multiverse saga. So it gets kind of convoluted and confusing, and you don't want to confuse the fans. You don't, because ultimately, Avengers 5 was going to lead into Secret Wars, and the Secret Wars being the whole massive multiverse war, that I cannot wait. Super excited for, especially with the 2 leads of Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire leading the way for like a farewell legacy film. But geez, man, I mean, they could do Young Avengers, but I'm sorry, Young Avengers doesn't have the mass appeal that You know, some people think. They honestly don't. At the end of the Marvels, people saw Kate Bishop and like, well, who's that? Okay, what? So you can't do Young Avengers. Young Avengers definitely should be a Disney Plus series. I don't think Young Avengers will do, you know, blockbuster numbers at the box office, because look at the Marvels. It's the lowest grossing MCU movie of all time. Marvel Studios is struggling right now at the box office. It's been a terrible year other than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium was the lowest grossing film in the Ant-Man trilogy. And it's crazy to think because it had Kang in it, the next big bad in the MCU. You telling me? Like, it's just mind-boggling, you guys. So I'm really curious to know what Marvel Studios is going to do moving forward. If they plan on to recast him, who would you want to see recasted at the role as Kang the Conqueror? Hashtag recast T'Challa. I'm going to throw that in there because I still want to see, a different iteration of T'Challa in the MCU, But this is going to be very interesting moving forward, man. Whew. You can't do Doom. You can't rush Doom. Galactus possibly. But, man, Avengers 5 is in trouble. And they just hired Michael Waldron to write Avengers 5 and 6, So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You guys post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Please, let's have this topic of discussion and let me know. Peace.